to your last quiz video. This is quiz 50. We're taking this on Monday, and so this will be the last time I get to do a video for you down here in the basement and show you how to work the quiz. And we'll do some Zoom calls getting ready for the exams. So we'll do some of those things. But last video, congratulations, you've done it. You did the whole fourth quarter from home, and you guys have been doing a great job. So maybe try to add a few extra things in today's video just to show you what things are like. But we'll go through some quiz questions and then we'll be ready to move on, all right? There's 3 quiz questions today. This is over 6.12 to 6.14. We have 2 questions here on the board and then we have a construction. So I'll go through those first 2 questions with you first, all right? Let's take a look at our first one. We're gonna have a triangle, equilateral triangle, inscribed in a circle with a radius of 4 inches. What we're gonna do is try to find the area of that triangle, all right? One of the first things we're gonna start with is we're gonna make a smaller triangle right in here. I'm gonna draw in another radius, therefore that's also 4. And then I'm gonna draw in a dotted line right there that comes down perpendicular, all right? Because this is an equilateral triangle and these are 60, 60, 60, and we draw radii, we've created little 30, 60, 90 triangles. So I'm gonna draw one off to the side, all right? Here's my 30, and here's my 60, okay? Of course, here's the 90. So the 60 is right there, the 30 is right here. The hypotenuse is 4. Using 30, 60, 90, that means my short leg is 2, and my long leg is 2 square root of 3. Now, kind of turning this triangle around a little bit, this triangle is sitting right here. That means that the 2 square root of 3 is this piece, and then this is also 2 square root of 3, all right? So now I have my base of my triangle. So I'm trying to fill in this equation with bases, and it's 2 times 2 square root of 3. So add those 2 numbers together or multiply them by 2. I'm going to put in 4 square root of 3 for my base. I don't have my height quite yet, all right? It's this line right here, but then the height is actually continuing on up to the top of the triangle. Well, I know that the height in the 30, 60, 90 is the 2. And now what I notice is that from this point up to the vertex, that's also a radius. And I already know that the radius is 4. So if this line here is 4 and this one is 2, the height would have to be 6, all right? So now I'm ready to solve the equation. And I'm gonna say this is the 1/2 and 6 becomes 3, and then times 4 square root of 3, which would equal 12 square root of 3. And you could leave your answer like that. You'll probably wanna use a calculator and a decimal. 20.78. And we would say square units. I don't think I gave any numbers on this one, all right? And that's rounded to the hundredths place. Look at your quiz for directions on how to do that one. Let's take a look at one more. Here we have a hexagon, regular hexagon, inscribed inside a circle. We know that the perimeter of the hexagon equals 24 inches, and so we want to try to find the radius, okay? This one's actually a little bit simpler. Because we know that hexagons have the same length side as their radius. Basically, however long the length of the side is the same length as the radius. We know that, if you don't remember, because they make equilateral triangles, 60, 60, 60. So the radius has to be the same length as the length of the side. So since the 24 is the perimeter and there are 6 sides, what I'm just gonna do is 24 divided by 6, which is going to give me a 4. And that tells me the length of the side is 4. That also tells me that the radius is 4. So radius equals 4 inches. So that was a really quick, short problem, and you've got your answer, okay? All right, in just a minute, I'll show you what your construction looks like. Okay, we're ready to take a look at the last question. It's going to be a construction. Here's what it's going to look like. You're going to be given a line that is the radius of a circle. Now on your quiz, it's going to give you the actual dimensions, like with inches. I'm pretty sure it says 1.5 inches, but whatever that is, take a ruler, measure out whatever that is said on a piece of paper, and have this line. So I have mine just kind of set up here. This is the radius of a circle. So the very first step is to take your compass and to measure that distance. Obviously, my tiny little compass isn't going to quite do it. But you want to measure how long that line is and then draw a circle. So I'm just going to sketch that for you. Okay, so I have a nice big circle there that you have drawn with a compass. You'll want to make sure that you know where the center is. You don't need to mark the radius, but you can, all right? So I'm going to have another spot over here, obviously where the end of the radius would be. So this length line would be the same as the given line that you have, all right? Now, real simple. Your compass is already set to the length of the radius. All you have to do is put the point on one spot, probably where you're just a spot you pick, with a compass set, and then mark off, all right? So it's going to land somewhere over here. Move the compass to that mark and keep working around the circle. All right, so it's gonna land over here, move the point to that spot. Okay, continue, move the spot over here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, mine's gonna be off quite a bit, but then there's my 5th segment. When you get to your 6th one, your last, because it's a hexagon, it should come right back to this spot. It might be off by just a little bit, again, depending on if your compass moves or something like that. Mine usually is off by just a little bit, and I won't take any points off for that. So that last mark would probably come in kind of right in here somewhere. Once that's done, take a straight edge, and all you have to do is connect each spot just like this, okay? And you'll have a hexagon. Hopefully yours looks a whole lot better than mine, but that will be a regular hexagon inside. And again, that's based off of the idea that we talked about in question 2 from this quiz. Whenever you have a regular hexagon in a circle, the radius is the same length as the side. So it just makes for a quick, easy construction. Okay, well that's it. That's quiz 50. It's your last quiz, and hopefully you understand it and it's super easy for you. Okay, so it looks pretty familiar. Here's what we had for our last quiz. Just a whiteboard hanging from the rafters of my ceiling with some climbing rope. But look at this part here. This is how I had to attach my phone with some little chip clips and some climbing gear. And then I had to have a light to be able to see a little better. That's what's been giving you the glare. But we're hanging out down in the basement. Had to have a little table down here so I can kind of see what I'm thinking about and working over. All right, here is the last stage of the process that I go through. Go in to start producing a movie for you, or a video basically. I had to learn how to use this iMovie with Apple. It's been pretty easy, but showing how to go through all the video, edit it, and make it something that you guys can enjoy. Hey, as I sign out on the last video, I just want to say thank you for all the work you guys have done. You've been super flexible, you've worked hard, and it hasn't been the same as what it has normally been for you as a junior in your geometry class, but you guys have done great. Thank you for putting up with the technology, and even for your patience in waiting for videos or explanation or working things out even on your own sometimes. Proud of each one of you. Thank you for the hard work you've put into the class, and looking forward to being back in school with you all in the fall as seniors.